Welcome back to Handmade with Holly. My name is Holly Michelson. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Del Mar, New York, just outside of Albany. I'm really excited that you could join me today for this video. Are you here for the first time? If you are, thanks so much for finding me. Have you joined me before and you're back for another visit? Welcome back. I'm excited that you found the content useful enough that you wanted to join me again. I'm a new YouTuber. I started filming videos in the summer of 2021. I still have some things to learn about the technology and how to make my videos slicker, but that doesn't change the fact that I've got a lot of really great content and a lot of really creative ideas. I'm excited to try to bring you a video about once a week, and I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can become part of the Handmade with Holly community, and you'll want to be sure to click on the notifications bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. Today, we're going to focus on this gorgeous faux alcohol ink paper. I'm going to teach you how to use this ink blotch stamp to make your own faux alcohol ink paper in any color scheme that you want. This isn't actually alcohol ink paper. It's a faux technique meant to look like alcohol ink, but it's a whole lot quicker and less messy than the real technique. Now, sometimes I love to do that. It's a lot of fun. Other times I'm working on the fly and I just don't have the time, and this is, I think, a really great alternative. Plus, you can get some super gorgeous color combinations to use as the backdrops to your cards. Recently, I posted a video where I demonstrated how to make this card. I introduced this faux alcohol ink technique. I actually think I'm the first demo that's done this. I haven't seen anything else to this effect on YouTube, but maybe I missed it. In that video, I demonstrate how to make this card, which is a double Z-fold, so you can watch that video to learn how to make this fun fold if you don't already know. And I've got a great template to help you with all the measurements and cutting all the pieces for this card. I also talk about the Hydrangea Haven stamp set, and I go into a lot of detail about creating your own faux alcohol ink paper. In today's video that I'm considering a part 2, I'm really going to focus on just the paper. We're not going to make a full card today, although I have a couple of quick samples that I'll show you, but we're going to talk about 21 different color combinations that I've experimented with for this faux alcohol ink technique. I'm going to show you all of those. Don't worry, there'll be a download where you can get a picture of each of the color schemes and a list of the colors in case you'd like to replicate them. And then at the end of the video, I'll do a quick demonstration and we'll make a piece of this faux alcohol ink paper together. So stick with me. I've got 21 great ideas for the faux alcohol ink paper. And if you stay for the demo, you'll get a bonus 20-second idea. I'm going to try a completely different color scheme with you on the video. So this is color scheme number 1. And color scheme number 1 is my top pick, but it's also probably my top pick because it's a little bit sentimental for me. I used pale blue and purple for my wedding colors. The colors here in this version are Fresh Freesia, Highland Heather, and Balmy Blue. And these 3 colors go together beautifully. Pretty much any of these color combinations could be used for basic cards like a birthday card or an anniversary card. It really just depends on what stamp set you're intending to coordinate them with. So I'm not going to say birthday for every single pattern or anniversary for every single pattern, but I will try to point out some specific things that I think maybe some of these color palettes could be useful for. And for this one, I think it would be excellent for a baby shower, especially if we don't know the gender of the baby. You've got the blue and the purple, so boy or girl would both work there. But really, as I've already mentioned, I think this is phenomenal for bridal or wedding, but I'm partial to that because of my own wedding colors. So option number 1. Option number 2 was also demonstrated in the first video, and I showed this card that was designed for a wedding occasion. This card uses fresh freesia and polished pink, 2 of the new 2021 to 2023 in colors. These are limited edition colors that are available for 2 years. They were just released in May. And I'm really partial to this one as well. Pink and purple are my 2 favorite colors. And when you put the 2 together, you just can't go wrong. Now I will say here on this finished card, I used Magenta Madness for the roses and then Fresh Freesia here just to accent off of the background paper and really make those pop. So that's idea number 2. Idea number 3 is also demonstrated in the first video, and this is a combination of pale papaya and soft seafoam. So I only used 2 colors in this paper, just like this one is only 2 colors. The majority of them I did 3. I have a couple that are 2, I have a couple that are 4. But I thought this was a really subtle backdrop for these gorgeous peaches, and I really liked how the Calypso coral on the peach just jumps off the card with the pale papaya and the soft seafoam in the background. So this is idea number 3. Took this idea number 3 and then I expanded on it to get to idea number 4. This is the same pale papaya and soft seafoam, but this time I added a 3rd color and I added Calypso coral. So with the Calypso coral, you really get some nice punch. Just make sure you think about what you're going to be putting on here. For instance, I think if I layered the peaches on this card, they might not pop as much as they do on the more subtle backgrounds. Think about that, but lovely, lovely color combination. This might be really great for a bridal shower or sort of a friendship theme. I really loved that. This is idea number 5. Idea number 5 is also a take from this starter of pale papaya and soft seafoam, but I added in 2 more colors. I added in polished pink and soft succulent, 2 more of the new in colors introduced in May of 2021. I love this one. I think this is gorgeous, perfect for Easter, bridal, maybe even a baby shower. I love this. This is so springy and fresh to me. I think it would make a gorgeous card with some floral on top of it. Love that one for number 5. This idea is number 6. It uses Blushing Bride, Highland Heather, and this time the green is Pear Pizzazz. And you can see that that Pear Pizzazz really packs a lot of punch compared to the soft seafoam, which is a more subtle background color. I love this for Easter or bridal. You could even use it maybe for a baby shower, but get well cards, I think it would look gorgeous with some spring flowers. This would look really great with the Hydrangea Haven set, the prized peony set, some really beautiful things that you could do with this. And that is idea number 6. Okay, idea number 7. This starts off with Petal Pink, and then we have Pale Papaya and Calypso Coral here together. This is a really nice combination for maybe a get well card. I think this might also look really lovely with the Sweet as a Peach stamp set. I like it for bridal cards, maybe a wedding card. This is a really subtle color combination where the Calypso Coral gives it the pop. You maybe even could put some leaves on here and use it for a fall themed card. Okay, this is idea number 8, and this is using Flirty Flamingo, Coastal Cabana, and Bermuda Bay. This one screams flamingos to me, and Stampin' Up! Generally has a flamingo set in the catalog. There have been a number over the years. I will definitely be using this the next time I make a flamingo card. I think this would also be really fun with maybe Connie Stewart's Nothing Better Than with mixed drinks. You could do this maybe with Dress to Impress, which is a great Mother's Day card set. Maybe even think about it for Prized Peony. I know I have seen some gorgeous peonies in this pink color. So that's idea number 8. Idea number 9 is straight out of the 80s. This one I did to mimic one of my favorite skirts back in high school, and it's Valley Girl to the max. So it's a great combination of blushing bride, polished pink, and smoky slate. And that pink and gray combination was super hot in the 80s. I think this would be really fun for a bridal card, certainly a baby card if it was going to be a little girl. Great get well card, great Mother's Day, and you could even use this for Valentine's Day. So that's idea number 9. This is idea number 10. This is Pool Party, Mango Melody, and Calypso Coral. I think this would go really great with Connie Stewart's Nothing's Better Than, and those tropical drinks. Would be a great background for a get well card, maybe using Back on Your Feet. Just love the bright mango melody with that calypso coral and how the pool party kind of tones it down just a little bit. Anything you're trying to do that screams summer, maybe the Timeless Tropical set might be great to use with this as well. That's number 10. Number 11 and 12 both have tones that would be great for water or sea cards. Number 11 is using Pool Party, Just Jade, and Misty Moonlight. I did stamp off the Misty Moonlight once so I would get a lighter color blue. I didn't want it to overtake. I do feel like I maybe should have done that with the Just Jade. The Just Jade did really overtake the Pool Party. But I think these are gorgeous colors. This would be perfect to use with Turtle Friends. And this one over here, which has Soft Seafoam, Mint Macaroon, and Pacific Point, think this would be fantastic with Sea Life, Whale Dawn, any of the, you could use this with Turtle Friends, really any of the more water themed cards. You could even use this with maybe Friends Are Like Seashells, but these two are really lovely water combinations for any stamps that might have a water or sea life theme. Idea number 13, I tried this one with Halloween in mind a little bit, with the purples and the greens. This has Pool Party in the background and then Garden Green and Gorgeous Grape. You could use this with Turtle Friends. This would be great for a get well or birthday card or Halloween like I mentioned. This is number 14. So you have Pool Party, Coastal Cabana, and Real Red. This would be great for Valentine's. I also think it has a really strong Southwest feel. If you've ever seen Native American jewelry where it combines turquoise and red coral together, you get that beautiful color combination that I was going for here. So that was number 14. Number 15, we have Balmy Blue, Highland Heather, and Magenta Madness. Boy, does that magenta just pop against the Balmy Blue and the Highland Heather. This is similar to the very first one we saw, but in the first one, the third color was Fresh Freesia. Look at the difference by doing it with the Magenta Madness. Gosh, I just love that. I think it's stunning. This would be tremendous for Easter cards, maybe little girl baby showers, certainly get well and friendship cards, maybe even bridal as well, and definitely Easter. I could totally see myself using that for Easter. I love it. That's 15. For number 16, we have Melon Mambo, Granny Apple Green, and So Saffron. This is definitely in my top 5. I love this. This is such a feminine color combination. I think it's beautiful for bridal, get well, friendship cards. Great spring colors, great paired with floral stamp sets. I can't wait to use this with Prize Peony. This is going to be gorgeous with Prize Peony. and that's number 16. Now, number 17, I started to get into some fall tones. This is a combination of So Saffron, which I started with, and it's so light that the crushed curry really overtook it. You don't really see much of the So Saffron. And then Pumpkin Pie. This is perfect for fall cards. Thanksgiving, just general fall themed cards if you're making get well or birthday cards in the fall. And I think this would be gorgeous with the Celebrate Sunflowers stamp set or the Gorgeous Leaves stamp set. Can't wait to start making things with this. That was number 17. All right, now we have number 18. Again, gorgeous fall colors. This is Mango Melody, Pumpkin Pie, and Merry Merlot. Again, gorgeous for fall cards. I think this would be awesome with pumpkin stamp sets and leaf stamp sets, and there's a number of those right now in the July through December mini catalog. Really great for Thanksgiving, and I just think you can do so much for fall themed cards. Celebrate Sunflowers would probably look fantastic with this as well. So this is number 18. Now stay with me, we're almost to the end. All right, number 19, awesome for fall colors. We have Crushed Curry, Pumpkin Pie, Old Olive, and Cherry Cobbler. This is also in my top 5, I think. I absolutely love this. I can't wait to make some fall cards with this. Again, using sets like Gorgeous Leaves or maybe Celebrate Sunflowers. Really focused on things that are fall related. I think what I might do is make something using Welcoming Woods with this. Can't wait to try this. And this is color combination number 19. So I thought I would do a couple that were Christmas colors. So this is idea number 20, and this is Cherry Cobbler, Mossy Meadow, and Cinnamon Cider. This has a great organic woodsy feel with the browns and the greens in there, but definitely Christmas tones. So if you were doing any Christmas cards that had trees, this might be a really great backdrop for those. It has a very woody, earthy feel. I also think the colors are appropriate for masculine cards, as were many of those fall colors that we looked at. I mean, these would also be great for masculine cards. And you know, the blues that we looked at for water or the Halloween colors, those would also make great masculine cards. So that was Christmas idea number 1. I keep thinking about the Jolly Gingerbread Paper Pumpkin from November of 2020 and maybe pulling those stamps back out with this, going with that gingerbread. And idea 21 is also for Christmas. So this is Real Red and Garden Green. Now if you look at this compared, you can see Mossy Meadow is a little bit more of a yellowish green than, or a brownish green, I guess, than the Garden Green. And you can see that Cherry Cobbler is a more tertiary red, or a red that has a more blackened look to it than Real Red, which is more of a Santa Claus red. So these would both be great color combinations for Christmas cards. And this is idea 21. So now that we've seen 21 great color combinations, let's go ahead and try out the technique ourselves. We're gonna go ahead and try out a 22nd color combination that I haven't done before, so we'll see how it works out. We're going to use Real Red, Blushing Bride, and Flirty Flamingo. And my idea here is to see what we get that might be great for Valentine's. When I stamp my faux alcohol ink paper, I like to do it on a piece of scrap paper. You can see this is the one that I used to make the 21 samples that we just saw, and it makes quite a mess on your work surface. So for the purpose of the video, I'm gonna put down the scratch paper, that way my grid paper doesn't get all inky for the video. But if you weren't here watching, I would just be doing this straight on my grid paper. So what I like to do is to start with the lightest tone first, and I do that because generally speaking, whichever color I start with tends to be the one that I put the most of on the page. And since the lightest color has the greatest risk of being overshadowed by the other colors, I like to do it first so I get the most of that on there. So we're starting with the Blushing Bride, and I'm just going to ink up my stamp. And really what you're doing is you're just haphazardly stamping all around the paper, making sure that you're hanging over the edges. You want to get in the corners and the edges, and you want to make sure that you are rotating either the stamp or the paper, whatever is easier for you. Sometimes people with arthritis find it's easier to rotate the paper and not the stamp, but we really want to get some great coverage where we've moved the stamp around so that like our ink splotches aren't all facing symmetrically in the same direction. We really want people to have a feeling like this was alcohol ink and that we blew it all around with our heat gun, which would have given us very random pattern. You know, if you were to keep the stamp always facing in the same direction, you wouldn't have that same randomness that would make the pattern look organic. Next, I'm going to come in with a middle tone, and for me this time that's Flirty Flamingo. And I'm going to go ahead and repeat what I was doing before. Again, making sure I'm getting off the edge of the paper and that I'm moving the stamp around. Try to pay attention to where you have white spaces or places that you're missing and try to fill those things in. And now I'm going to come in with my last shade. This is the darkest tone, and I'm going to use Real Red. And in between colors, I am cleaning my stamp each time so that I make sure that I'm not getting any of the Blushing Bride in the Flirty Flamingo or any of the Flirty Flamingo ink cross-contaminated into my Real Red. So you want to make sure that you clean your stamp off before changing colors. And now we're going to come in and bring in some of that Real Red. And we want to be a little sparing with the Real Red because this is going to be a really deep tone. We don't want it to overtake the way I did with that Just Jade. I'm going to just bring some in here and there. And the nice thing about this is that you're looking for a variety of tones in your color. So you can even do second generation stamping on your project, and that will give you variation in your shades, which is kind of nice. You want to make sure that you're kind of looking for areas where you maybe have some white spots that you feel like need to be filled in. Some white spots are okay, but sometimes you might feel like you need to fill them in a little bit. When I'm filling in, I often don't ink the whole stamp. I'll just touch a part of it so I can get a little bit of ink to fill in some bald spots. And then I think maybe I'm gonna do that right there. And maybe just a little bit more red over here. I really love that. I think that's gorgeous. What do you think? Do you think that's gonna make a great background for a Valentine card? Okay, so that's really the end of my video today. We're not going to actually turn this into a card, but again, I'll direct your attention to the video that I posted about the faux alcohol ink paper in the double Z fold. It's the one that has the picture of this hydrangea card on the front. Now, I will be posting a link to a tutorial, and the tutorial will have pictures of each of the stamped color combinations with a list of which ink I used in case you want to replicate any of those. Oh my God, I love this. I can't wait to make a Valentine with this. I love this. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps me out on YouTube. And I'd love to hear from you. Please leave me a comment and let me know which color combination that you liked the best. Right now, I'm loving on this one. I can't wait to use it with Prized Peony stamp set. Leave me a comment about which color combination you love, or If you have another idea for a color combination, leave us a note in the comments so that everybody can check out your great idea. I shared 22 color combinations today, but honestly, there is no end. There are thousands of color combinations using Stampin' Up's 48 standard colors plus the 10 in colors. There's just no end to the color combinations you can make. I can't wait to see what you're gonna do. If you would like to purchase the Artistically Inked stamp set or anything else from Stampin' Up, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Down in the comments, there's a link to my online store where you can purchase any of the products that I've shown today or anything else that you would like to have. Or you can find me by name, Holly Michelson, on the Stampin' Up website. I really appreciate you joining me and learning about this faux alcohol ink technique. I'm so excited to share it with you. Again, I think I'm the first one to talk about this, and that makes me feel really proud. Thanks so much for your time and attention. Until the next time. Goodbye.